Who's Gerrard Gossens? For me, I am a person who enjoys a challenge, also enjoys working with a team and for a team. There are some things though that being totally blind fascinate me. Like for example, when you're looking out over the ocean, how far? When does that point meet where you actually don't see any further? And I think for me, it was that sort of the unknown of, I suppose, where it's actually going to stop. For example, when I swim in my pool at Yeronga, from a training perspective, thankfully has a deep and a shallow end, so I can hear the water. I use a snorkel when I swim in the swimming pool because I can listen to the water and know when I'm almost at the end. Whereas if I go to somewhere like the Chandler swimming pool in Brisbane here, where they do the Commonwealth Games, it's deep at both ends. So it takes a bit of time to sort of become attuned to the environment and know where the end of the pool is. Whereas swimming in the ocean, you've got all this information overload. How you get the channels of warmth and the channels of cold, and then you get the tiny little fish that you feel, and then you get the globules of these yucky jellyfish that you hit with your hand and hit with your face and touch with your feet, and something brushes past you and you go, what the shit was that? There's this overload of sensory, and then there's the most challenging thing as a swimmer, and particularly in choppy conditions, is when do I breathe? Because a sighted person can see when, whether it be a chop or a wave is coming, and they can know, okay, well, I'm not going to breathe now. Whereas for me, it's, okay, well, is it safe to breathe? When can I breathe? Particularly if you're swimming parallel to the beach. Obviously, there's waves coming, whether it be if you're going clockwise or anti-clockwise, for example, around Great Keppel Island. Okay, is your wave coming from right-hand shoulder, or is it coming from the left-hand shoulder? Is it big, is it a rogue wave, or is it a small wave? And they're the challenges that you face as an ocean swimmer. Actually, it's harder. It's harder being totally blind swimming that distance, and the reason being is because you have no idea. For example, I coach a number of athletes, and also whether it be as in athletes with a disability or able-bodied athletes. But it fascinates me, for example, on the bike. If you're riding a tandem bike, which I do, and you can think you're going really fast, but you're not. And the reason being is because you're going into a headwind. And same with your running. If you go to QE2 Stadium here at Brisbane, and you can go into and do a 400 metre rep, and you do the first 231 and do the last 238, and it's because you're heading to a headwind. And that's where swimming is hard as well, because you could be swimming into a sweep, and you think, I'm going really well, and in actual fact you've only gone 50 to 100 metres because the sweep is that strong. And that's where I have a watch which will give me a sort of 100 metres vibrate on my wrist every 100 metres, and it's almost like the feed for a reward. It's okay, I've got 100 metres, and you get that. Whereas a person who's sighted can look at the buoy in the distance, can look at the tree, can look at the building. Like on the Gold Coast where we swim, they can look at the Q1 building, they can look at all the skyscrapers, and they can look at the towers, and they go, okay, I'm almost there, subconsciously. They don't realise they're thinking about it consciously. It's just the unconscious stuff. It's like, for example, when a person drives home, how many times has a person driven home and driven into the driveway has no recollection of the last 5 minutes of the drive? Because unconsciously they've done it. Whereas for me, as a person who's totally blind, I need that conscious reward of how far we've gone. When I do the English Channel and I touch the other side of the channel, I've never seen it. I only can touch what's in my hand. I can't see the shoreline. I won't see what's beyond the horizon. All I would touch is that rock or that boulder that's on the other side. As in swimming around Great Keppel Island. I've never seen Great Keppel Island, and I never will. But I know it's there, but I'll never know what it was like to swim around it. All I would do is feel the water with every single stroke that I would take. It would be the change in the temperature, it would be the sea lice, it would be the jellyfish, where would be the actual current, they're the experiences I take from swimming around Great Keppel Island, not the trees in the distance or the boats or the people around me. It's at every stroke. From here moving forward, it's about the preparation for the English Channel, and I don't see it as I am under no, I suppose, impressions it's going to be easy, and I know that it's going to be both mental and physical, but I know that with my teammates beside me, and they all have their various strengths, that's where I keep going by the philosophy that success is a journey, it's never a destination.